Welcome to today's show, where we are going to be having a very fun conversation. I can already tell Lisa Davenport is joining us from the other side of the world. Yes, she is coming from Australia to talk to us about dressing for our body structure. She is known as the Hampton Housewife on social media. And here is the benefit to being someone who spends too much time on social media. When Krista and I were talking about what topics we wanted to start the new year with, what things we wanted to talk to you about, one of the very specific topics was, how do we dress for our body type? Because we know that in midlife, for many of us, I'll raise my hand, our bodies are changing and they don't look like they did a few years ago. And so anyway, I said, I know someone. I have no idea if she will come on the podcast. And she said yes. She just told us this is her first interview ever. So we feel very honored, but she has a huge following and she lives in Hampton, Victoria, Australia. And let me tell you a little bit about Lisa. She has been a woman with a passion for fashion since her teenage years. She started working in the industry at the age of 15. And after dedicating years to raising her family as a stay-at-home mom, she ventured into content creation to inspire women to feel confident in their skin and in their wardrobe. So she understands us. She knows what it's like to be a woman who's lived different phases of life with more of a home focus, and now she has more of a public focus. And her platform encourages women to get up, get dressed, and be fabulous. So I think this is the perfect person to be helping us with inspiration. And she likes to say affordable fashion finds. So you know she's my woman, if that's the case, and beauty tips. So please help us welcome Lisa. You can just clap where you are at home. She won't hear you all the way across the world, but we all want to welcome her here to the show. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you so much. What an introduction. I should be listening to this every morning to start my day, because that is the kind of hype I need for every day to get out of bed and get dressed. Thank you. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm so excited to talk about this. This is my space. My whole reason for starting my page was to inspire and help women feel amazing. And when I first started, if I could have just helped one person, one woman with their day, for me, it was worth having my page as well as giving me a purpose. So thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Well, we are excited to have you. And I mentioned that this show, as you know, is for women in midlife, that often we find our bodies changing and we look in the mirror in the morning when we're getting dressed and we're not loving what we see. We're feeling disappointed or frustrated. And you help women in this process look at their bodies perhaps differently and consider their body not as something to fight, but something to work with as you choose the clothes that you are putting on your body. So talk to us about that, about how you evaluate body shape for dressing purposes. And are there certain prototypes, or is every body treated differently as you look at what would be a strength for them?
Yes. So definitely in midlife, our bodies are changing. Every day I think I get up and there is something different about my body than there was the day before. But the most important thing I find is that we don't want to fix. I don't want anyone to look in the mirror and think, I need to fix this to fit into that. It is all about working with what we have and embracing it. So I used to get up, I went through a stage, especially as a stay-at-home mum, where I would get up and look in the mirror, and do you know, there wasn't one nice thing I could say about myself. And most days I would get dressed without even looking in the mirror. I didn't want to look at myself. So I would reach for the same black stretchy pants, the same T-shirt. And if it had a bit of a stain on it or a bit of food from the, it doesn't matter, because no one's going to be looking at me. Who cares what I look at or look like? And so every day I was beating down my own self-image and my own self-esteem, because I really didn't think I mattered. What I thought mattered was how my kids looked, how my husband looked, how they felt for their day. But what I didn't realize is while I was focusing on them, I was forgetting about me, and how I feel also affects them for their day. And I can promise, by getting dressed each day, it really does change the mood on how you feel, how you interact with the world, even if it is at school drop-offs and school pickups. So please don't think it's about fixing, it's about building confidence in our outfits. So body image or body proportions do change woman to woman, but what we're looking at when we're looking at ourselves and getting dressed is our proportions, not our size. So whether you're a size 6 or a size 26, it doesn't matter. We can all look and feel amazing in what we're wearing. And it's not about going out and buying a whole new wardrobe. If that isn't where you're at in life, it's about using what we've already got. The other thing is, sometimes people that consume a lot of social media, you see something and you go, I need that dress. I need, you end up with 5 dresses, yet your daily life might not be a lifestyle that you even need a dress, but you end up with a wardrobe of pieces that are unwearable for you. So if you're now sitting here going, well, I don't know what body shape I am, how do I know? I can't afford to have a personal stylist because that's the easiest and quickest way to get an evaluation. I would say to you, it's very simple. Sometimes people say to me, body shape is such an old way of looking at it, to say, am I a triangle or am I a pear? Why I love it is that women that don't really know fashion or don't understand it, in their mind, they can easily just go, if I say to you, think of a triangle, and now think of a body shape, it would be, well, my hips are wider than my shoulders, and I can see how we get that triangular shape. So I would say, stand in front of the mirror in your underwear and look at your proportions. Are your hips wider than your shoulders, or are they narrower than your shoulders? But we are always looking at proportions. So when we think of an hourglass, that is kind of the shape we all want to work with. So if you don't naturally have an hourglass shape, there are so many things we can do in getting dressed to create that shape. So stand in front of the mirror, look at where you're carried different areas, I guess. So for example, for me, I fluctuate between a pear and an hourglass because my weight fluctuates every week. So if you're looking at how to work your body shape, as soon as I say a pear, you know that my hips are wider than my shoulders. So that's the easiest way, I think, to figure out your body shape. But we also don't want to put too much emphasis and time on it because there is no shape better than the other. So if you're a pear, you're no better than a triangle, but it's a good way of looking at shape and proportion. So that's the first thing to look at when we look at body shape, where you carry volume, your widest point, whether that's your shoulders or your hips, and where do your clothes naturally sit. So if they sit funny on your waist or around your midsection, are they sticking where you don't want them to stick? Because that's where your eyes are going to go. And then we can also talk about patterns and things like that. But if you don't know, the best place to start on what wardrobe you want is, what is the one outfit in your wardrobe that you put on and feel amazing in? Is it a pair of jeans? Is it a dress? It doesn't matter what that outfit is, but what outfit do you put on and think, this is the outfit I feel amazing in? And that's the outfit that you should sort of focus on and build your wardrobe around for your everyday wardrobe.
Okay, so I've got you in the stained shirt and the black leggings. And how did you stumble into this? How did you think, wow, first of all, I need to get up, get dressed, make myself look better, but also how did you stumble into what looks good on you?
So what I started with, remember, I have a fashion background. So I have a love for fashion. I also have a whole wardrobe full of clothes, and I was in black stretchy pants and a black t-shirt, or sometimes a white t-shirt if I wanted to mix it up. My first thing I changed was very simple. I changed the stretchy black pants to a pair of black relaxed pants. That's it. So just that simple thing of changing my pant. And the reason I did it was because for me, it was like I saw myself as just a mum or only a mum. And I just wanted to do something for me. And to be really honest, I wanted to get a job. That was my big thing. It's like, I just want to get a job, something that was for me and mine. And my kids and family were like, it doesn't work for us. We've got school, we've got sports, and I was having a cry to a girlfriend. And she said, Lisa, you've got a whole wardrobe full of clothes. I used to love seeing what you had on and what you wore. Why don't you do something in that space? And I thought, you know what I'm missing? I'm missing a purpose. So let's get me back on track. I knew I was off track. I knew I could walk past 5 mirrors in a day and wouldn't even look at myself, you know. So I knew I had to do work on me, and I knew I was happy with how I love my family and how amazing they were, but I wasn't happy with me. I kind of felt like my time had passed, that my role of how I looked wasn't really important. So I just started with little tiny steps to now I'm back in makeup every day, jewelry every day. And I don't look glamorous. I've got a shirt on today and some cream pants. And it's not that I'm going out to conquer the world, but for me, I feel good. And when I walk down those stairs in the morning, my mood and how I interact with my own family is very different. So I started with very, very tiny steps, and I used what I had in my wardrobe. I already had all the tools. I just needed my mindset to change to go, you know what? You are important and you deserve to look and feel good, not just your family. So it was very baby steps at the start. When I started my page, I had 0 people following me. So I felt like a bit of a dill getting dressed for 5 people. But we started, you know, and look at where we are 3 years later. So it was a very gradual process, and anyone can do it. Feeling good doesn't have to cost you a lot of money. You just need to want to change. That's it. One little change.
Yeah, that's a great example of the pants. It was just one little switch of pants.
One little
that was your first step.
Yep. My first stretchy pants to a pant. And then it's amazing what a pair of shoes can do. So get out of those sneakers and put on a little kitten heel. Can I tell you, kitten heel and a pleated pant? You know, it's amazing how different you carry yourself. It might be a little bit of bronzer and a little bit of lipstick. Little tiny changes each day can make the world of difference, even if it's going to pick up your kids from school.
I'm always amazed. It is so true. I'm always amazed when I'm like, okay, I'm taking 10 minutes and I'm just going to do what I can in 10 minutes. And you do feel different. And I'm like, this didn't even take very long. Sometimes it's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It does not take that long to just up level a little bit.
Yeah. And I used to always think it wasn't even for me about the time. It was like, nah, no one cares what I'm wearing today. Nah, no one's going to see me. It wasn't even about that I don't have the 5 or 10 minutes or even 15 minutes. You know, if I really want to zhush myself up, it's all about that I didn't really think I mattered. Who cares what I look like when I go to the grocery store?
Yeah, that's a good message. It's a good message for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we are looking at in the mirror in our underwear, deciding the widest point of our body, which I know some people are going to be like, I don't want to do that. And we're saying, do that and do it without shame. Go ahead. Then what do we do as far as making some decisions around clothes?
So then what I would say is look in your own wardrobe first. You know that saying when we say, women, I know everyone does it, go, oh, I've got nothing to wear. I don't know what I'm wearing Saturday. I've got nothing. And then you open the cupboard and there's things bulging out of your cupboard. We actually have so much stuff. Sometimes it can be very overwhelming. Where do I even start? So my first step for you, once you figure out what body shape you are, remember there is no right or wrong. It doesn't matter what body shape you are. It's just going to help you get dressed. That's all it's going to do. Step 1, clean out your wardrobe. Don't have a wardrobe for a life you don't have anymore. So if you have a whole heap of bralettes that you've had for 30 years that you're never wearing a bralette again, get rid of them. Sell them. Use that money to reinvest in some really great basics. But dress for the lifestyle you have now, not the one you used to have. Big, big tip in cleaning out your wardrobe. Don't hoard things for things you might fit into again. You are beautiful. Our bodies change. And the one thing I think, do you remember when you look at photos from 20 years ago and you see a photo and you think, gee, I wish I looked like that again. Gee, I looked great there. But at the time you remember going, God, I hate how I look in this dress, or gosh, I didn't feel, that you look at things and wish you had that body again. Forget about that. Think about how I am today, and I'm beautiful in the size I am and the body I am and the age I am, and let's make our wardrobe reflect that. So clean out your wardrobe, get rid of anything that doesn't fit you. You might want to keep a couple of pieces that you think I love and I really want to wear those, or pass them down to my kids, or whatever it may be. But have a wardrobe for today. Get rid of it out of your wardrobe, because when you go to grab things every day, I guarantee you grab the same couple of tops every day, even though you've got a whole wardrobe of clothes. So let's have a good clean out. Then set your wardrobe up like you would a store. So when you go into a store, the pants are together, then they might go in colors. The t-shirts are together, the skirts are together. Set your wardrobe and cupboard up like that as well. So if you think, right, today I'm going to wear a skirt, you're going to go to the skirt section of your wardrobe. Everything in that wardrobe you've curated. You know it fits you and you know that you love it. And it will become a lot easier to dress, because the skirt, you'll grab your skirt, you'll then go to your shirt section, and you're shopping it like you would a retail store. It's the easiest and best way to get dressed each day. It will also show you what is missing. So if you go, you know what? I don't have any jeans. I don't have any jeans that fit me right now. So let's focus on finding a pair of jeans to add into your everyday wardrobe. So don't get consumed by social media to think I need all these different things. Look at what you've got first in your wardrobe, and then let's build a wardrobe from then. You'll see on my page, I do a lot about shopping your own wardrobe. So you might only want to add in a piece. And that piece, by the way, it doesn't have to be from some high-end designer. It can be from a Kmart or Target, because every retailer has such great affordable fashion options at any price point, which I also do a lot of on my page as well. But first step would be clean out your wardrobe and dress for the body you have now.
That's so great. So let's talk about the different styles that you think, and I know the answer for a lot of these is going to be, it depends. It depends on the shape. So I totally get that. But I know that you also do make some recommendations. So let's just start with colors and patterns.
Yeah.
How do we approach colors and patterns?
Okay, so can I just say, with colors and patterns, when I was in the I don't matter stage, everything I would wear would be black. And that's because I wanted to hide from the world. If I went to a party, I wanted to be in black because no one would see me. I could hide into the background and I'd be a little bit invisible. So the first thing would be, dark colors doesn't always mean slimming and looking and feeling good. So don't always think that a dark color is your best color. There's a lot of Instagram feed stories at the moment around color and what are your best colors. If you drape a color across your face, I think I think at 50, I know if a color suits me or not. You can see as you drape it up around your body. Don't be afraid of color. Light brings attention always. So if, for example, I do have wide hips, as soon as I put a light color or even a pattern across my hips, it is where your eye is going to get drawn to first. So if there is an area that you want to highlight, you use a light color or a pattern. If there is something you want to bring balance or proportion to, you can add a darker color. That doesn't need to be black. Don't always think I need to hide in black. It could be navy. It could be a brown, it could be green, it could be any color you like, but you're looking for that solid color, and proportion is what you're looking for. So if I could use myself as the example, I'm a pear. So if you imagine a pear, we're narrow on the shoulders, wider in the hips. So for me, narrow up the tops and things that would work for me, we're wanting to bring it out like an hourglass. So wide straps work because it gives the illusion of a wider, it instantly gives you balance, which is what you're looking for. A shoulder pad looks great. A blazer looks great. They've, got the shoulder pads. So that's sort of what we're looking for. Now, in pant lengths, if you're a pair, wide leg looks great. A boot leg looks great because you're balancing out that leg. And that works with any shape at all. So if you think of, I'll give you an example of a rectangle. You're thinking a long square shape. How do we make a rectangle look like an hourglass? We can use pleating. We can use a belt. We can use volume on top. Is it making sense? Am I giving the illusion of creating proportion and balance? So vertical details always elongate the body. So think of shapes and patterns and how we can use them to our advantage rather than a disadvantage.
What about turtlenecks? Who can wear turtlenecks?
You know what? Anyone can wear a turtleneck. It's how you balance it. There is nothing, if you love a turtleneck, wear a turtleneck. For me, I love a turtleneck. I have no boobs. So I find a turtleneck gives me a fuller chest, I guess, a little bit. Like I think it gives me some shape.
You're looking for proportions. Yeah.
You're looking for proportion. So if you say, well, who can wear, there is no rules. That's the other thing. There is no fashion police coming to knock on your door. And I honestly, some feedback I get, I had one yesterday to go, oh, I wouldn't wear those black shoes with that dress. That doesn't work. Well, it might not work for you, but can I tell you, I felt fabulous in it. So if I feel great in it, wear it. So you're looking for proportion. So anyone can wear a turtleneck. It's what you wear it with. And if you love it and feel confident in it.
Well, let's talk jeans, because I do think jeans are a big one.
Yep.
And it is true that they can look really good or really bad.
Yes. Now, I like to think I'm a little bit of a jeans expert. My first job was in jeans. It was with a company or a brand over here called Just Jeans. We sold Levi's, Wrangler, Edwin jeans, Just Jeans jeans. And it was something, I wasn't very good at school, but for some reason, jeans and denim, I just had this love for it. I had a love for retail. And it was just something that has always stuck with me. And I think being so young, I loved it. So denim, I love. And I really get upset when women say, I can't find a pair of jeans to fit me, because I wish I could say to them, I'll come shopping with you. I can't come shopping with everyone. But jeans, I think, should be the easiest thing you add into your wardrobe by far. Now, if you don't know where to start, check out my reel. It's not your body, it's the jeans, because it is not your your body that's the problem. It is the gene. So first thing, if you're unsure where to start with a mid to high rise. It works best for most body shapes, mid to high rise. Now, if you go, some women will know their body very well. They'll know if they're long in the rise or short in the rise. Some women will already know. But if you're unsure, start with a mid to high rise. A straight leg works on most body shapes. You will be able to find a really nice straight leg, or a relaxed style is quite forgiving and it's modern. Stretch matters more than size. You want a really nice stretch denim. Stretch, especially being a mum, I don't want a stiff, rigid denim that I can't bend over and, empty the dishwasher in. You want comfy jeans. And if you find the perfect pair, they should feel just as comfy as wearing activewear. You can get some really beautiful stretch denim. If they are digging into your body, the problem is not your body. The problem is the fit of the jean is not for you. It is never your body that is the problem. It is the style of the jean. The other thing is, don't be afraid to revisit a style. And the reason I say that is white jeans for me have always been a sore point. I have lipedema. It's very noticeable on my legs. You'll see it in my stories. I show you swimwear options and confidence around it. White denim sticks around my legs, and I have fat knees. I have a lot of fat and cellulite around my knee, and it's really horrible to dress some things. People tell me about it on my videos, and so I know it's there.
They tell you about it on your videos? I'm mortified.
Definitely. Yes. Go to the comment section. Now, I know that there is fat and cellulite around my knees. I know it's there. It's been there for a long time. It's part of my lipedema journey, and it's there and it's visible. But what I do is I show you 3 different pairs of white jeans so you can see the difference. So I actually don't mind that women pick it up because they go, you know what, Lisa, the slim fitting jean is not for you, but that barrel cut white jean is for you. So visually you can see. As long as women are learning from my videos, I'm happy to take the feedback and the criticism. As long as it's not done in mean. I know what my flaws are of my body. And as long as I'm there to educate women and I'm helping them, I don't have a problem with that. And you will see the denim will stick on my knees in white denim because it can be so varying in fabrics. So now I love white denim. I could go out today and buy 3 pairs of white jeans because I know my body type and what I'm working with in my own body. So always, if you say to yourself, or if you're listening to this and go, I haven't worn jeans for years, let's get you back into a pair of jeans because I think it's one of the best things you can have in your wardrobe.
Well, barrel jeans are an interesting trend. And I feel like I'm always about a year to 2 years behind on things. How do you stay up to date where you don't feel like you're trying to dress like your daughter, but at the same time you're trying to look like you're not 10 years behind the fashion curve?
Look, barrel jeans, as an example, are not for everyone. And as you'll see on some of my content, people are very passionate about not liking them. You know, it's like
right here.
But again, if you don't like them, you don't have to wear them. You know, that if they're not for you and they're not for everybody, they are definitely a particular look. If you are also someone who is concerned about looking bigger, so a lot of the time people say, well, I don't want to look bigger than I am. You know, weight is a sensitive issue for me and I don't want to look bigger than I am. Probably a barrel jean is not going to be your best friend. I would stick to a straight leg or a flared boot cut jean. So it depends on how you feel about them. But I would say if you don't like them, don't wear them. Also, for me, I am bigger in my hips than I am in my waist. It's where I carry my weight. We're looking at proportions. It doesn't matter at a size. A size 6 can still be hippie as much as any size. You know, we can all have that shape, which is me. But then I have a little waist. So sometimes a barrel jean won't work for me because the waist then becomes quite big. So they are a tricky style. But if you're a rectangle and you want to add some hips and give yourself the illusion that you've got a bit of a booty, a barrel jean is your best friend. So it does depend on the shape. If you are like an apple shape, you probably don't want a barrel jean. It's probably not going to be your best friend, but a straight leg will definitely work. Sometimes, and I think as you get older, you get to know your body shape better than when you're younger. So when you're younger, you want the latest trend. So barrel jeans are in, you want them. Doesn't matter about your body shape. You just want them because your friends have got them. But I think when we're getting dressed as we get older, for me, I want to feel confident. So if I put something on, I know straight away when I put it on and look in the mirror, if I look good in it, and it builds real confidence. And that's really what we're looking for me anyway. So if you don't like the trend or you don't think it suits your body shape, don't do it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of experts say that skip the trends, go with what looks good on you. That is way more important than it is to be like, because you'll look better. You'll actually look more fashionable if the clothes look good on you.
Yeah.
Than if they don't.
The best accessory you can wear for every outfit is confidence. And you can have an outfit on that's a very basic outfit. It could be jeans and a singlet and a blazer. And you can walk into a room. If you are confident, it says way more about your presence than being in something that's not quite you, because you feel different. It makes you act different. You don't have that confidence walking in. So stick to the classics, stick to what you know works for you and what you feel good in.
Yes. Okay. What about accessories? Let's talk about that. I think, I love accessories personally. It's something I wear all the time. How do people know? Do you go big? Do you go small? Do you go necklace? Do you go earrings? Do you go belts? What do you do?
So my biggest thing with accessories is they are low risk with high impact.
Mhm.
So wear as much or as little as you like. And I have done a video recently where it says it's not your body, it's the belt. Something very simple as a belt can change the whole outfit. And you'll see in that video, I've got me without a belt, me with a thin belt, and then me with a thick belt. And visually, you can see straight away, I can see that the thin belt gives me great proportion and looks better than no belt or the thick belt. So accessories can really change the way your body looks. But again,
Mhm.
if you're not an earring person, don't put on earrings because I tell you I think they'll complete your outfit. Wear what you love and what you think works. But jewelry can take the most basic outfit and really zhuzh it up. So if I use one of my signature outfits that I love for me is a white singlet, jeans, and a blazer. It's my signature uniform. I always feel good in it. By adding just some chunky gold bangles or earrings can really dress it up, and your shoes. Sometimes I'll put a stiletto on and I'll get, oh, stilettos are so out of fashion. No one is wearing a stiletto. And I'm like, well, can someone call Christian Louboutin because he's going to go out of business any day soon because they're out of fashion. No one's buying them. But I love a heel. I love a stiletto heel. I love them with denim. It feels amazing. And that paired back with some chunky gold jewelry
Mhm.
instantly elevates a really casual, basic look that can take you from home to a girl's dinner or an interview just by adding those little bits. It also says for me, I've put in some effort.
Mhm.
You know, I've put in some effort into my outfit today. Simple earrings, a little bracelet, and I'm good to go. It really does elevate the most casual of outfits.
What about dress length? I know that you have a video on it's not your body, it's the dress.
It is.
Um, so how tall are you? I'm
I'm
curious.
174 centimeters tall.
And I don't know what that means in
Oh,
feet and inches.
okay. So I'm about five. So hold on, I'm about 5'7".
Okay.
Mhm.
Is
Yeah.
that? I think that's
Yes.
about the equivalent. 5'7",
Okay.
just under 5'8". Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Well, yes. So I assumed you were taller than me. Krista and I are both on the shorter side.
But remember, it's not about height. It's all about the
Oh,
proportion.
proportions, right. So
Think
we
about
do have to shop though. I even like sleeves, pant length, dress length. I often buy petite because of the
yes,
proportions for the
correct.
lengths. So what do you say as far as selecting a dress and creating proportions?
Okay, again, so we're creating proportion. Now, I love a midi length on me. So that mid calf length. And remember, we're creating shape. So for me, I've got it's not your body, it's the dress. Most women love the shirt dress style with the belt. It gives you a waist. And people will say to me, oh, that's so easy for you. You don't have a belly. And I'm like, oh, but I do have a belly. I've just hidden it in what I'm wearing. So I wear my belt up that little bit higher. So on the smallest part of my waist, so my belly is definitely underneath that belt there, but the way the dress falls and how the fabric falls over my body makes a big difference. So a midi length is really powerful, but we need to make sure we've got the right footwear. So even for me, being taller, if I put on a midi dress and I put on a sneaker, I mean, I feel okay in it, but I don't feel amazing. But as soon as I put that midi dress on with a kitten heel and pop some jewelry on, I feel incredible. So footwear plays a really big part in dressing dresses, and especially in that middle length. You are looking for soft shaping over clinging. So if you love a clingy form-fitted dress, knock your socks off. If that makes you feel great, go for that. But most women want something that flows and glides over the lumps and bumps of our body. I know I certainly do. Sleeve length is another big one. I know even when I'm dressing my mum, her first thing is always, I want my arms covered. You know, I want some length. So a shirt dress is always a really great one. We're also looking for movement of fabric. So when you walk, if a dress moves with you, it can look really beautiful on as well. Waist definition is really important for shape. So even if you are an apple shape, a belt and giving yourself a waist is really important. But for me, often when you see my dress videos, there's some there that are shorter. You can see my lipoderma coming out of the bottom of my legs. I still feel great in that dress. I'm a real woman. I have faults and flaws. If you feel great and the dress is shorter, go for it. I certainly don't want to be going on a holiday and wearing a full length, long sleeve dress. So wear what you feel comfortable in, wear what works for your body and your environment and your lifestyle.
Well, and that is something I heard you talk about. I mean, I appreciate that you're willing to be vulnerable and put on a swimsuit for the whole world to see. I mean, that is like, okay, game on. So, for women that are like dreading, okay, it's time to start shopping for swimsuits again, how do they go in with some tools and confidence, knowing that no body is perfect?
Exactly right. And look, if you thought I was getting some bad feedback on the white jeans, you just hit the comment section of my "It's not your body, it's your swimwear" section. But for so many, many years, when we spoke about before looking back at photos 20 years ago, and if I look at photos when I was in my 20s, I say to myself, gosh, I wish I wore bathers then. Gosh, I wish I wore a bikini in my 20s. But I was really not confident, so much so that when I go on holidays with my children, my two girls thought I was allergic to the water because that's what I would tell them why mum couldn't go into the pool, because I didn't want to walk from the seat to the pool in my swimwear because I was so concerned what other women or other people would be talking about. Now I realize as I sit by the pool in my bikini thinking, gosh, I'm going to go and get a drink. What's going to fall out of what do I have to tuck in here? What do I need to cover? Women are so concerned about themselves. I'm not sitting there looking at you, judging. I'm worried about myself. We're all concerned with our own confidence. But when I am looking at other people at the beach, I think, wow, look at that. Look at the color of her bathers. Wow, she looks amazing. Look at the confidence as she's walking to the pool. My mindset is because I don't feel confident in my body and I have all these issues with myself that I think that's what other people are judging me for, but I'm not sitting there judging them like that. So they're probably not judging me. They're probably sitting there going, wow, look at her. Look how great she looks walking to the pool. So I think our mindset has to change around that. And one of my regrets now looking back, now that my children are 18 and 21, is when we went on holidays, I think, gosh, I wish I had have joined in more. I wish I had have gone into the water and played games with them, but I was so worried about being judged. And it's one of my biggest regrets of going on holidays with my kids is that I didn't participate more around. I was so body conscious. Now, when we go on holidays, I'm the first one to go, let's go in the water, let's do this and be a part of it because I don't want to miss out for one more holiday or one more day. So when we're looking for swimwear, confidence is always going to be your best friend. I know it's really hard. So how do we do that? Let's go for support first. Support needs to be your number one thing. Style comes second. Look for structure. So if you're looking for bust support or if you're looking for your tummy, what can we do for that? Let's look at some ruching across the middle. It can be so flattering. The neckline, if you're busty, makes a big difference. You can go for a V crossover. It's really flattering along the neckline. Two pieces doesn't necessarily need to mean that it's more revealing. Sometimes two pieces work better for a body size. So I don't know about in the States, but here we used to be able to buy bathers, top and bottoms were the same size and they come together. Now you can buy separates. So if you're bigger in the bust or bigger on the bottom, you can buy different sizing, but you can get some really nice two pieces that some sort of end up looking like a one piece. So you can get some really nice two pieces. The other thing is from a two piece, you can often get more support. Sometimes I find in a one piece, you don't have that support and you can sort of not sit as well as you could, where if you've got a crossover top with some good support, it just gives you a little bit of a lift and gives the illusion of a nicer shape. And when you feel secure in what you're wearing in your swimwear, so does your confidence. And don't feel like you can't wear a sarong or a wrap or little baby steps. If you go, I'm not going to go from sitting on the sidelines to wearing a two-piece bikini and feeling fabulous. Confidence is a builder and it takes time to build. So little baby steps will get there. So it might be my next holiday, I'm going to wear a one piece with a sarong or some shorts or whatever you feel comfortable. And as your holidays or your summers change, let's take things off and feel more confident. But I can promise you, every woman is sitting on the beach feeling the exact same, thinking they're so worried about themselves. They're not worried about you.
Well, I think we should just start calling them bathers. And there we go. Now bathing suit shopping just got way more fun because now we're saying we're going shopping for bathers.
Yeah, we don't use that word here, but now we do. You're bringing it to the
now
US.
We do.
What do you swimsuit?
Yes. Or bathing suit.
Bathing suit, either one. Bathers is so much more fun. I'm using it.
I do try and use swimsuit, but sometimes I forget and slip back into it. Sorry.
No, not at all. I do like the idea of every summer taking a little more off, though. That's a trend that we're going to make popular, that as you age, you start showing more skin. So,
you know, if it's not your thing, if you don't want to wear a swimsuit, don't wear one. This is something you have to want to do it, and you have to. And as I said, for me, one of my biggest regrets is not joining in more. And it wasn't because I was allergic to the water. It was because I didn't have the confidence. And now looking back, I know I've missed out on that fun. I used to see them in the pool and they're having ball and come in, mum. I'm like, oh no, the water's too cold for me, or I've missed out, all because my body confidence wasn't where it should be. You know?
Absolutely. I think that's a common experience. Okay. So last question, as we are wrapping up today and women are really considering, like, how can I do things differently this year and without going and buying a whole new wardrobe, what would your encouragement to them be?
Make the most of what you already have. You have, as we said earlier, if I said to you, let's go and have lunch, the first thing you'd probably say to me is, I've got nothing to wear. And then we go into your wardrobe and you've got clothes everywhere. So let's work with what you already have. Edit your wardrobe honestly. Am I going to wear this? Is this really ever going to fit me again? Does it suit my current lifestyle I have now? Create 3 go-to outfits. So what are 3 outfits in your wardrobe outside of stretchy black pants that if you could get dressed and they're your dream 3 outfits that you already own, let's put those together in your wardrobe. Identify the gaps in your wardrobe and go shopping with intention. So clean out your wardrobe, set it up like a store, and you'll certainly very quickly see what gaps you have in your wardrobe. And treat your wardrobe like a boutique. Keep it clean like you would a store, and getting dressed each day will be so much easier for you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming on all the way from Melbourne, Australia. We are so happy that you are here and that you're on the platform talking about how we can feel, for each one of us, how we can feel our best.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on my very first podcast. I know I can talk on and on. I hope I didn't lose anyone. But can I also say, as I said originally, if I could help one woman on here make a difference, the one thing I pride myself on is responding to every single person that messages me or needs help with something. So if there is someone listening and they think, I don't know where to start, please send me a DM. I always reply. I might not get back to you within an hour. It might take me a day or 2. But if I can make a difference to how you feel about yourself, I would love to be a part of that journey. Everything I do on my page is free. I don't charge for anything at all. So if I can help you build real confidence and feel good about yourself, please reach out, follow along. I would love to be a part of your journey.
Yeah, and just say your handle for everybody.
Hampton Housewife.
Perfect. All right, Lisa, thanks again.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time, ladies.
Bye.